not universal in the beginning of the last century. After the Soviet Revolution, lot of social security measures were introduced there. Because of that schemes, wealth is distributed among the people, and that helped Soviet Union to withstand in the global depression period. Economists like Keynes studied such and advised capitalist countries to follow these schemes. Also, they told the capitalist countries to intervene in the market. That is the global scenario regarding this seminar. In neoliberal period, in LPG period, all these social security schemes are withdrawing everywhere, and in India also. Our Honorable General Secretary, Comrade Debashish and Comrade K.T. Babu will deliberate on this subject. On behalf of Reception Committee and SBI Employees Federation, I welcome our General Secretary, Comrade Debashish Basu Chowdhury, and also Comrade K.T. Babu. Also, I welcome all the participants, all over India, those who are participating in the webinar. Also, I welcome office bearers of SBI Employees Federation, BFI, and other participants of this webinar. I request Comrade Amal Ravi, President of the SBI Employees Federation, to control and proceed with the webinar. Thank you, comrades.
Comrades, let's directly go to the inaugural speech. I welcome Comrade Debashish to inaugurate this webinar. Comrade, please.
Thank you, Comrade. Comrade Chairman of the webinar, other leaders and comrades who are attending this webinar. Very warm greetings from myself and Bank Employees Federation of India to all of you. Now, on the occasion of 4th National Conference of State Bank of India Employees Federation, which is going to be physically held on 26th and 27th of this month at Palakkad, this webinar on pension reforms and bank employees is being held. I'm very grateful and happy for being given an opportunity to inaugurate this webinar, of course. And secondly, so far as SBI Employees Federation is concerned, it's a very important affiliate of Bank Employees Federation of India, having membership in State Bank of India, the largest public sector bank of our country. We understand that so far as number is concerned, number of members is concerned, in a bank like State Bank of India, it may not be very big, but over the years, with their deeds, with their intervention, and with their achievement, State Bank of India Employees Federation has proved itself to be a very sensitive, vibrant, and a very struggling organization, having faith of many of the employees of State Bank of India. So we feel proud for State Bank of India Employees Federation. And definitely there are some indications of spreading State Bank of India Employees Federation to other states than Kerala also. And definitely it will be our initiative, and some endeavor has to be taken so that we can take the message of State Bank of India Employees Federation to some other states also. So we have to work out whether we can increase our membership in State Bank of India, because employees want an organization like State Bank of India Employees Federation in State Bank of India. So now in today's seminar, I'm happy that the main discussion will be taken up by Comrade K.T. Babu. K.T. Babu is a very important functionary so far as this segment is concerned, not only pension, but also on the social benefit, social security benefit of the working class. He is a very important custodian and a very important functionary of all Kerala Bank Retirees Forum, who is an affiliate of NCCP, a national coordination of National Coordination Committee of Pensioners Association, and definitely they have done they are doing a Herculean job so far as restoring, maintaining, and also extending the facilities and rights of the pensioner. We definitely very fondly acknowledge the contributions made by SBIEF in today's struggle for the pensioners, of course. So I'm happy also that he is discussing on this very important issue. And overall, as because the process of this fourth national conference of SBI Employees Federation has started, I wish the fourth national conference to be a grand success on 26th and 27th of this month. Now, so far as pension issue is concerned, we understand that it is an old age income security. It's a part of social security. It's a very important thing. Comrade Saji Varghese, while introducing this subject, he has dealt some very important part of this matter. Now, more importantly, with neoliberal policies in operation, so far as India is concerned and throughout the world is concerned, with growing unemployment and increasing inequalities, compromising health and other securities, this has gained serious importance in today's world. Our country is of no exception. Now, so far as social security is concerned and this pension is concerned, it may not be assessed only in terms of apparent financial loss or gain, as it is a long-term issue covering decades. So our experience has also taught us that so far as social security is concerned, it cannot be of a very, very present phenomena. It has a wide ramifications, of course. And the question is now that who will provide social security? Be it a working class, be it a common man in a country, who will provide this social security? It is a very important thing. And for the last 25 years, if we go by this, because some changes has taken place, that is why we are terminology is being used as pension reform. That whether it is the government will provide the social security, or the market which will provide the social security, or individual citizen who will take care of their own social security. These are the million-dollar questions, that who will provide this social security. Now, so far as pension is concerned, if we come to the pension, we understand that there are three types of pensions nowadays in the country. It was not so 25 years ago. Now, the question of this pension is, now it has been created that who is funding this pension? Because we know the pension for which we have been struggling, fighting, pension means universal pension, not for the bank employees. I'll come to the bank employees also. These are unfunded pension. Okay. Now, there are three types of pensions that we are dealing with in our country, in the whole world also. I'm not going to the experience of different countries, because in different countries, different situations are prevailing. So for funding of these pensions. In our country also, there are three types of pension. Number one is unfunded pension scheme. It is compulsory and non-contributed. The pension that in the banking industry, particularly the public sector banks and some of the private banks are concerned. In RRB also, with their glorious decades-long strike, they have also struggled, they have also achieved this pension, unfunded, non-contributory pension. Second pension is partially funded pension, that is compulsory, maybe voluntary. There are some independent institutions in our country who are independent pension scheme are running. And thirdly, that is fully funded pension. And this has become the order of the day for the last 25 years. Through some reformations, of course, this pension has come, which is fully funded personal pension plan. Okay. Defined contributory. Number one, that is non-contributory, means defined benefit pension. Second pension, maybe defined benefit, maybe defined contributor. Now in the banks, as we are getting, that is pay-as-you-go pension, PAG. That is since BPR 1995 has been instigated, and those who have been working till 31st March 2010, they are getting this pay-as-you-go pension, that is defined benefit pension. And now in some individual institutions, that is in defense, in cements, in Coal India, that I know because once in a bank branch where I am working there, Coal India's headquarters were there. Assam tea plantation, railways, they are having independent pension scheme. Okay, this is number 2. And number 3 is the fully funded. Nowadays, that is the new pension system that has been introduced. It is defined contributory. So these are the 3 types of pension that is being now available here. Now, so far as this defined pension scheme is concerned, we know that the pension is defined on the basis of the last paid on. Family pension is available. Commutation facility is available, and it is index linked. These are the main 4 characteristics of defined benefit pension scheme. And secondly, in the tier 3, that is the defined contributory pension scheme, the contribution is defined, but the amount of pension is not defined. It is annuity linked, not index linked. No commutation is available. And of course, as I told, that it is not index linked. So these are the things that their pensions are available right now. Now, so far as banks are concerned, we have a long history regarding this pension. Now, so far as in banks pension is concerned, of course, we know that previously it was contributory pension scheme, because from very old days, before the banks were nationalized, some banks were there where pension was available. And the known banks are Allahabad Bank was there, and Imperial Bank, particularly the bank union for which the conference is being held. In Imperial Bank, there was pension, but it was contributory pension. So there was a fight for the bank employees, of course, even before this industry level settlement came before. And since the very old days, before nationalization also, that this contributory pension scheme has to go. Now, several tribunals were formed, you know. That first it was taken up in the Sen Tribunal, KC Sen Tribunal, which was formed in 1949, just after the independence. And this issue was also referred to the Shastri Tribunal and Desai Tribunal, formed in 1952 and 1960 respectively. The main issue was that pension should not be contributed. And since Sen Tribunal to Desai Tribunal, all the tribunals were of the opinion that this should not be contributed. Okay, so this was one struggle that was launched by the employees for improvement of their pension. And secondly, it was that whether it will be a third benefit or not. So third benefit, demand for the third benefit, pension as third benefit is not a very new demand. It was since long ago, but all these tribunals, whatever it was done, these tribunals, apart from giving recommendation that no, this should not be contributory, but it should not be third benefit also. So there must be something. There was, so far as benefits were concerned, there was provident fund, there was pension, there was guarantee fund also. Later it was gratuity fund. And from these tribunals, it was told that the contributory pension, that was contribution that was made by the employees, along with interest, that should be transferred to the gratuity fund, so that employees can get their contribution back. And most important is that the All India Bank Employees Association, which was only organization at that point of time in the banking industry, BFI was not formed. The EIB also of the demand that pension should be third benefit. That I know the role of EIBA when the struggle for pension as third benefit was going on in the banking industry, what was their role. But ultimately, all these tribunals, they also was not of the opinion that pension should be third retail benefit. But it is a fact that contributory pension scheme should have a go. And from these tribunals, there was no contributory pension in the banking industry. Now, so far as pension is concerned, there was a fight for the pension in the banking industry. And we all know that in RBI, particularly in the banking industry, other than these banks, in RBI, the management unilaterally imposed pension in lieu of CPF. It came in the 90s, of course, by this point of time. Now, so far as 90s is concerned, in 1990, particularly 11th July, a coordinating body was formed in banking industry, in financial institutions. We know that a joint coordinating committee was formed with AIRBA, Bank Employees Federation of India, large organizations like NCB, IBOC. They also became a part of this movement. All India Insurance Employees Association was there. In LIC and GIC, some organizations were associated with this. And later, within a very short period of time, All India Regional Rural Bank Employees Association, All India NABARD Employees Association, and some other financial institution organization also joined this forum with a demand that pension should be a third retail benefit in the financial institutions. And this practically movement has created a serious vibration with the financial institutions for the third benefit as pension. Now, we all know several industry level strikes in the financial sector was also conducted very successfully. And we know that it is only AIB who remained outside this movement. And despite being approached by all these organizations, AIB did not come to this movement. And we know that in 1993, in May, AIB has gone into an understanding with Indian Banks Association for pension in lieu of CPF. Even after that, this coordinating committee or joint action committee, whatever name we can give them, they also continued their struggle. Some strike actions were planned also. But later we know that AIBOC and NCB, these two large organizations associated with the banking industry, they also left this forum and came into an understanding with IB and signed an MOU in October 1993 to go for a pension as in lieu of CPF. And by this way, a very positive movement, a very potential movement, and possible, at least in 1993, when the new economic policy, neoliberal economic policy was not in full swing. It might have been possible, but ultimately, by this procedure, the struggle for third return benefit as pension in the banking industry could not be materialized. This is the thing. But we all understand that given the condition at that point of time, though a settlement was signed, and later a regulation and enactment was there, there were some technical difficulties. That is why it was delayed, implementation was delayed. But even when this bank employees pension regulation was enacted and ultimately option were invited from the employees, the majority of the employees did not opt for pension in lieu of CPF. This is also a very reality. So we can easily understand, even though the unions, those who have signed, going against this movement in the financial institution for pension as third return benefit in lieu of CPF, majority of their members were not psychologically with them, and that is why they preferred not to opt for pension. And that is why later a big struggle was launched only by BFI for another option for pension. And after 2004, particularly in Hyderabad General Council meeting, when BFI took this resolution that we will go all out for another option for pension, and it took 6 years, 5 or 6 years to convince all other constituents to go for another option for pension. So this is also a history by which another option for pension was realized, and many of the employees, with obvious reasons, with the changing economic scenario since BEP 1995 was enacted, in these 15 years, so many changes took place that most of the employees, they opted for pension. Now, as far as 31st March 2022 is concerned, it is only 1,500 employees, those who are serving till 31st March, they are not pension optists, but other than that, everybody has become a pension optist. Now, so far as this pension reforms is concerned, we know about these reforms, that after 1991, Comrade Saji Varghese was telling about this change in international correlation of forces after the dismantling of Soviet Union, particularly in a unipolar world, when this whole economy has been changed to the interest of the imperialist countries. And with this, within 3-4 years of the dismantlement of the Soviet Union, the new economic policy has come. In our country also, the neoliberal economic policy came with new economic policy in 1991. But we understand that the pace was not very fast. And the working class from the very beginning, they have been opposing to the reforms, financial sector reforms, bank reforms, and with this pension reforms have come. And while I was referring for this 25 years, particularly in 1991, the project Oasis, the Oasis has been initiated. That is old age. I'm just giving you the abbreviation is I'll come little later on. So in 1991, a committee was formed. 1999, who gave the recommendation to the government in 2000 and recommending for an universal pension scheme, that is defined contributory pension scheme. And as per that resolution, as per that recommendation, in 2003, the government, for the central government employees, they initiated new pension system with a notification December 2003, which with effect from 1st April 2004. That apart from except the defense forces, all the employees, those who have come into the service of the central government, they were covered by defined contributory pension scheme. So this was a very fundamental change from defined benefit pension to defined contributory pension scheme. And later in 2010, you know that when we achieved another option for pension, along with this, the IBA imposed in the banking industry new pension system, that is NPS, for the employees of the banking industry who got employment since 1st April 2010. So here the change has taken place. Now, at the time of 2010, there was not a single employee under NPS, that we all know, as because the settlement was signed on May 2010 and it was made effective from 1st April 2010. And in the meantime, since 2010 till 2022, as far as IBA is concerned, the statistics they have provided during the negotiation, it is 5,16,000 employees, those who are under NPS. And as on 31st March 2022, the number of employees under pension is 2,54,000. That is 67% of the employees on March 2022 was under NPS, that is new pension system. And we all know that during those 2 years, whatever employees have joined in the banking industry, so they are all under NPS, and going by the percentage, the 67% has definitely gone upwards. It may be near about 73, 74%, and the number will increase. So this very major change has taken place in the banking industry. Now we all understand that since 2010, when all the unions were compelled to sign NPS, as because big achievement came to us after a long struggle by another option for pension. From the very next day, the bank employees unions have been opposing NPS. In every bipartite settlement, this has been an agenda, and all unions have given a common demand that NPS has to be discontinued. Now, it is also a fact that so far as banking industry is concerned, though we have been opposing NPS, though it was imposed by IBA, though in every charter of demands unions were opposing NPS, but it is also a fact that an effective and sustained movement against NPS will continue in the banking industry. Rather, in the central government, in the governments, we know that in West Bengal, all the state governments had implemented new pension system for their employees. But the state government employees and the central government employees, from the very word go, for the last 20 years, they have been opposing NPS like anything. And only against NPS, the state government and central government have organized many strikes in the country. Last being in the big rally of 25,000 Ramlila Maidan. So this has been a record, and it is also a fact that among the employees of the state government and central government, as a result of this, a sentiment has developed to oppose NPS. And the employees are also opposing NPS like anything. And that is why the government, after a certain period of time, they have increased the contribution, that is 10% to 14%. We know that for NPS, the contribution is 10% on basic pay and DA. This is a big amount when DA is taken up. Now we know for the central government, the DA percentage is 53% of the basic pay. So this amount is a very big amount. And government was also contributing 10% of basic and DA, equal contribution. But from 2019, they have increased it to 14%. So now this is an allurement when employees were opposing. And gradually, some of the government, particularly those who are not ruled by this ruling party, that is non-BJP government, 5 at least state governments, they have decided to discontinue NPS for their own employees. So this is also creating some sentiment among the employees and the political parties also, definitely. So this is also creating some atmosphere against the NPS, though I don't understand as General Secretary of BFI, that this type of movement we could develop in banking industry. But so far NPS is concerned, as because it has come as a pension reform, that government will gradually withdraw itself from the social security benefits. Now a situation has come in the form of UPS. Now, so far as this pension reforms is concerned, apart from NPS, it was initiated in 2004. But with the introduction of Narendra Modi government at the center, along with defined some initiative for reformation of the financial sector in different ways. I'm not going into that because today's subject is not allowing me to go to that. Now, one more scheme they have launched, that is the APY, that is Atal Pension Yojana. So now the government, with all its machinery, they are trying to encourage people to be a part of this pension system. So for NPS, when they introduced for the central government employees, NPS when they introduced for the state government employees, later it was came into operation in the public sector banks, in RBI, in all other financial institutions. Apart from this, it was made open for the public also, all citizens. They also can open NPS account without contribution, of course. In all these cases, employers, be it a government, be it a bank management, they are contributing. But so far as this, all citizens are concerned, it is a citizen only, those who are contributing themselves. And this number is not very, very small. The very big amount. So this is one. So if we go that after 2004, gradually, now so far as this government sector is concerned, there are almost 78 lakhs. It has crossed to 80 lakhs, almost central government and state government. So far as all citizen concerned, it is 38 lakh contribution subscribers are there, and it is 22 lakhs private sector employees are there. Many private sector institutions have also started NPS. So taking all together, it may be near about 1 crore. But in 2014, when Atal Pension Yojana was initiated, and government has been very aggressively pursuing this Atal Pension Yojana for 18 to 40 years of age, for pension of 1,000 to 5,000, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, multiple of thousands, from 1,000 to 5,000. Now the total amount of subscribers in Atal Pension Yojana has crossed 7 crores. 7 crores. Now the most important thing is that the whole amount that is being accumulated in all these Yojana accounts, these are being invested in different forms. And the total amount now stands for APY and NPS is 13 lakh crores. This is the important, most important part, that why the government is pursuing this thing. This whole amount is now available with the pension fund managers. There are 11 pension fund managers. And when the contribution of the employer, be it a government or some other institution, bank also, from 10 to 14%, the contribution is very big enough that we all understand. But immediate beneficiary are not the employees. An employee who will retire after 20, 25 years, nobody knows what amount that will be accumulated then. But it is a fact that this fabulous amount is readily available for the fund manager. This 11 pension fund managers who are with their disposal this 13 lakh crores, and it is increasing. Every day news are there that how much is being generated. So this 7 crore APY and almost 1 crore NPS, this 8 crore people, and the number is increasing. So this is the main thing, that the fund manager, private fund manager at their disposal are having a big amount of money, and the government is allowing them to have in their disposal. Now, after this, what is the amount that this movement against this NPS, particularly pension reforms, that has compelled the government, because there are 4 things that I told in initial stage, that for defined benefit pension, for which we are struggling in every sector, the 4 main characteristics, that is, pension will be defined, family pension will be there, it will be index linked, and there will be competition. These are the 4 main characteristics of the defined benefit scheme that has been initiated. Now the government has launched unified pension scheme. So the unified schemes are very important. We all are coming across this unified payment interface, UPI, which has gained a very big momentum. The most transaction, maximum transaction, banking transaction, financial transactions are taking place through unified payment interface. Now the government is contemplating for unified lending interface. That is, the lending will be done in a single window online. There will be unified recovery index interface. That is the recovery of loan that is being done. That will be through this system. And like this, the unified pension system has come. And mainly, I think that everybody has kept their finger crossed, because it has been announced on 24th August, and so far, the government has not declared the total modus operandi of UPS. But it is a fact that the government is of the announcement that it will be effective from 1st April 2025. And secondly, the state governments also can do this. Now, the central trade unions, BFI, also have our own reaction, that we want to reiterate in clear terms that UPS is not our demand. We still demand OPS. Now we have to change our own slogans also. So far, we have been demanding scrap NPS. Now, scrap NPS will not tell the whole story, because UPS may come in the banking industry also. So far as it is optional, okay, we'll have to see about this. Secondly, the main feature of UPS is that pension is defined. That is, 50% pension will be available on the average of last 12 months salary, given the service is 25 years. This conditionality is there. There is a provision of family pension. There is a provision of minimum pension. If 10 years service is rendered, then 10,000 rupees will be a minimum pension. And fourthly, there will be some lump sum compensation, so far as employees are concerned, if they render more than 10 years of service. So these features are there. So these features definitely will come as an option. Now what we will do, let the bridge come, we will cross. Right now, we are not telling that you discontinue this UPS system, because we have to study. Just one example I'll tell you. Because there are many employees nowadays, particularly in the subordinate cadre, or for that matter in sweeper cadre, they will not render 33 years of service. But some of them may cross 25 years, because the criteria is 25 years. If an employee renders 25 years of service, in UPS, they will get full pension. There will be family pension. Now, say for example, some of our employee was asking me, he will have 18 years of service. Say for example, even if we achieve OPS, the defined benefit scheme as per BEPR, this is our ultimate struggle that we have to launch. In UPS, an employee who is rendering 18 years service will get more pension, because it will be proportionate for 25 years, not 33 years. So there are these features. I want to reiterate, not to have any misunderstanding, that UPS is not a substitute of OPS. But as because some provisions are there. But the main difference between UPS and OPS is that UPS is fully funded and OPS is non-funded pension. An employee, whatever he is contributing, he is getting it back at the time of superannuation or retirement, whatever it is. But neither in NPS nor in UPS, whatever contributions an employee is making, he is not getting it. So these pensions are either fully funded or partially funded, not unfunded. This is the basic and fundamental difference for which you are fighting. But UPS proves that this movement that have been taken up by the working class of the country for the last 2 decades, the government has to succumb in their own way, not antagonizing the corporate fund managers. They have come to the terms that yes, the employees will get 50% pension, but here also the fallacy is that increasing from 14% for the UPS, they will contribute 18.5%. So more 4.5% more. And here 10% and 10% matching will be there, and 8.5% will be parked in a pool, which will be utilized when giving the pension as per the return of the annuity that is being done by the 10 and 10. The shortfall will be made up by this pool to reimburse the employee as 50% of the average pension. So average basic pay of the last 12 months. So this is the thing. So the silver lining is that though in terms of the government, and though it is not a substitute of OPS, but the government has to come to terms with this movement of the working class. The political parties, some of the political parties, non-government political parties, they are also taking a decision to shift back to the old pension system. So these are the things. But without taking much of your time, of Comrade K.T. Babu will definitely discuss about things. The main issue that we have to keep in mind, that is the pension reforms. If we talk about this, and without discussing about this chronology of the system that is being taking place, we will be failing in our responsibilities. Pension reform, as a part of this whole reform system, have not fallen from the sky. And we should not mingle it with the neoliberal economic policy which started from 1991. Though it started from 1991, but the pension reforms did not start from 1991. It has gained a momentum from 1998, particularly when this OASIS, that is Old Age Social and Income Security, this OASIS project was formed by a committee. And this committee was formed by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. The minister in charge was Madam Maneka Gandhi. That is the first government of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee, who was sworn in 1998 and which continued in 2 terms to 2004. This committee was formed, and this committee made a report in 2000 suggesting for this new pension system. And this concept was taken up by the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. Now, this formation and report, both this has been done during the tenure of the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government. Now, this national pension system, this was implemented in 2003, 2004. Notification was made in 2003, and it made effective from 1st January 2004. And it was under the tenure of Mr. Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Fourthly, this APY, that is Atal Pension Yojana, it was launched in 2014 by the government of Mr. Narendra Modi. And this UPS, that Unified Pension Scheme, it is announced on 24th August 2014. That is by the third India government that has sworn in after this June 2014 to 2024 election. So we must understand that this is the particular political party or political combination which initiated this pension reform starting from 1998, and it is continuing till now. So this we have to keep in mind, that only by fighting against this pension reforms, we will not succeed until and unless we fight against this neoliberal economic policies as a whole, which is inviting this pension sector reform. And this is not only robbing the working class, but it is feeding the corporate pension fund managers who are getting all this amount at their disposal. So this is the fight we are fighting. So this is not an isolated fight. against the pension reform. It is a part of the fight against neoliberal economic policy that we are fighting. And definitely this webinar of State Bank of India Employees Federation, which are going to many of the communities. And of course, this message will go to all others, even after this webinar is completed, as because it is being recorded. And we understand that we can make aware of the bank employees as a part of the working class, and of course, all other sectional employees, to encourage this fight against this neoliberal economic policy. And only by this, we can hold these pension sector reforms and this crony capitalism can be halted to a lot extent. So, Comrade KT Babu will definitely give you more important pictures, as because they have been fighting and struggling very hard, and of course has taken up many things in front of us. So this is what I wanted to say so far as this pension reforms and bank employees are concerned. And with this, I once again hoping that this conference will be a successful one. I formally inaugurated this webinar for all of you. Thank you, Comrade.
Thank you, Comrade. That was such a wonderful presentation that you made for us. Thank you very much, Comrade Debashish. Now, Comrade KT Babu, former President of State Bank of Travancore Staff Union, presently the Vice President of All Kerala Bank Retirees Forum, will address this webinar. Comrade KT Babu.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it admit? Comrade, can you hear me?
Please go ahead.
Okay. It was a wonderful talk by Comrade Debashish. They have actually narrated all the issues, the formation of pension as a whole, and the last position, the position is also narrated by Comrade Debashish. Nothing is to add further. But one thing is that struggle is there. Bank Employees Federation of is every time regarding pension, Bank Employees Federation was in forefront. From the very beginning, during 90s, historic struggle was there. That was headed by Bank Employees Federation of India at that time. Of course, from Reserve Bank of India, Samir Ghosh was there. From Grameen Bank, All India Regional Rural Bank Employees Association was there. ABOC was there, but Bank Employees Federation was heading that struggle. Only because of that struggle, because of that struggle, we are for this pension in lieu of contributory provident fund. But apart from contributory provident fund, another pension was we are demanding. But as Debashish told, All India Bank Employees Association was not in that struggle, but they signed a settlement, this type of settlement. Okay, in banking industry. Regarding pension, it is an old age pension for old age. It is a social security measure. Now we can see that as on date, about 8 lakhs bank employees are here. Out of that 8 lakh bank employees, only 1.25 or 1.5 employees are under this old pension scheme. I am not saying that it's an old pension scheme. It is original pension scheme. Original pension scheme. Others are maybe from NPS or from nowadays. It may be UPS. Anyhow, we want a continuous struggle for enrolling this about 6.5 lakhs bank employees to this original pension scheme. That was needed for the hour. Not for bank employees also, bank employees. It is entire working people are for need of this pension scheme. The All Kerala Bank Retirees Forum is an affiliate of National Coordination Committee of Pensioners. National Coordination Committee of Pensioners are also on the struggle path. Next month, November 13th, there is a massive dharna in front of Parliament highlighting this pension scheme itself. We are also participating in that dharna. Actually, Debashis narrated all the pension schemes now prevailing in the country. One pension is statutory pension, mainly. Apart from the social security measures of governments, state governments and central government, maybe there are different types of pension, such as payment to disabled person, old age persons, pension to workers and employees after specific age. We are now first, but we are dealing with the service pension only here. One is statutory pension scheme. Statutory pension scheme, the pension amount is going debited to charges. In banking terms, it is from charges or budgetary allocation. The other is funded scheme. As in banking industry, we are following that scheme also. As Debash is told, from April 2010, apart from State Bank of India, all are under this NPS, National Pension Scheme. In State Bank of India, the employees are from 1st August 2010. But I am going dealing with that angle only, the revision angle only. The position has been explained by Debashis in length. The statutory pension scheme is revised as and when the wage revision is going on there. Pay commission, in the pay commission itself, there is a portion, there will be a portion that the pension should also be revised according to scientific terms. For union government employees and state government employees and some public sector employees are getting this benefit periodically. Commutation, all that, I'm not dealing with. But as far as bank employees pension introduced during 2093 with retrospective effect from January 2018, all are aware that there has been not been any revision so far. That is the main hurdle we are toiling. Apart from this new pension scheme, 7 lakh or 6.5 lakhs employees under NPS. That is another matter. For that, we have to conduct a struggle. For the last 3 decades, no revision has been implemented. But the pension scheme implemented in public sector banks, other than State Bank of India, was in total of what is implemented in Reserve Bank of India during 2019 November. But the same pension scheme is there, but it was revised for the last for all the settlements Reserve Bank employees got. The pension has also been revised periodically. That is a position. That is a funded scheme. Other public sector banks are also funded scheme. in State Bank of India is also a funded scheme. As is told that it was implemented, pension scheme was implemented during 2021 during Shastri Award or Desai Award. The contribution was stopped abruptly because the fund is huge. That is why the contribution was stopped. But as on now, all the bank employees are 8 lakhs and pensioners also are 8 lakhs. Equal number of pensioners are also in this in the payrolls of the survey pensions told and all the public sector banks and the State Bank of India. They have collected all the details from all the public sector banks from 2017 onwards up to 2023 March. There is a gradual increase in the pension corpus fund. All are you well aware that the corpus fund was made by contributing our contributory provident fund only. No contribution from banks is there. Of course, there is some adjustments at the end of every March. That is some provision is there in the pension regulation. But the corpus fund is increasing leaps and bounds. We have some documents here. During 2018, total pensioners was 6,63,000, whereas in 2018, the position is 7,80,000. The increase is there. But the total payment during 2018, it is 13,779. But in 2023, it is 30,317. And for the year 2024, it is 33,000 only. The fund balance in the account is fund balance in the account is during 2018, it is 2,23,000. And for the year 2023, it is 3.78. And during 2024, it is 4,30,000, about 4,27,000. It is increasing leaps and bounds. But government and major unions are saying that there is some deficiency. There will be some deficiency if the pension will be revised, so that even pension cannot be dispersed. That is a very pathetic situation. I want to draw your attention to these calculations, apart from what is Devasis told. I am not good in English, and torrential rain is there. I want to stress the need that Bank Employees Federation and you should take the initiative for revision of pension in banking industry, so that revision of pension in the banking industry for the benefit of 8 lakhs and for reversion of NPS to original pension scheme for about 7 lakhs employees in the banking industry. We are also part and parcel of the united struggle comprising not only from bank unions, but other central trade unions and the central government employees. And we are part and parcel of the unity. We are to. I want to say that we want to have a the direction from our leadership to this struggle. Okay, comrades. we are going to conduct the national conference on 26th and 27th. I wholeheartedly congratulate, even though a small organization is here, but the preparations and other is going on very well. I congratulate the comrades here, and I learned that the leadership has gone to Tamil Nadu and collected so many membership there. I congratulate that comrades also. Bank Employees Federation of leadership is here. We expect you comrades to aid and assist this small unit in Kerala to a bigger stature in the coming days. Thank you, comrades.
Thank you, comrade. As we know, this is a webinar. We have a lot of limitations. We are not in a position to go for a discussion. A lot of prominent leaders are attending this webinar, but we are very sorry we are not in a position to invite you all, as this is an online platform. So we can conclude this webinar. I invite Comrade Jayarajan, General Secretary of State Bank of India Employees Federation, to address us and conclude this online webinar. Thank you.
Comrades, we are coming to the fag end of this seminar on pension reforms and bank employees, which is among 4 seminars we are conducting in connection with our national conference. This is the only webinar among these 4 seminars. I think I just say one sentence. That is, all fight against UPS or OPS or NPS can be considered a fight against neoliberal policy, which is against any type of defined pension. So we should continue our fight against this UPS or NPS. I mean, we should fight for the restoration of original pension scheme. With that, I thank Comrade Debashish Basu Chowdhury, our General Secretary, to give us a deep and informative talk on the subject. Under very telling situation there, Bengal is under a cyclone-like situation in Bengal. I thank Comrade Debashish Basu Chowdhury for joining us in this webinar. I also thank Comrade KT Babu, who is our former president, who is now leading the fight on behalf of AKBRF for the pension revision. And his book, Pension Updation is Undeniable and Viable, was very popular among bank employees. I also thank Comrade S.S. Anil, who is participating in this webinar. Also, our BFI central leaders like Venkat Ramaiah, Comrade C. Rajivan, our former leaders C.P. Krishnan, State Bank Retirees Forum General Secretary Comrade P.V. Jose, Women's Subcommittee Convener Comrade Regida Mol, BFI State President Comrade Shaju Anthony, former BFI General Secretary, BIEF Kerala General Secretary, Advocate KV George, and many BIEF central leaders and state committee members also joined webinar. I thank all of them. Also, I thank the social media team, Comrade Prashant and Comrade Murthy, for the smooth conducting of this webinar. I thank you all once more. Thank you.
Okay, comrades, we hereby declare that this webinar is concluded.